Seem a little weird to see a guy put something right up to his eyeball and pull the trigger. Well, some of my favorite things going on right now. Spring bear hunting in the Duck Mountains in western Manitoba. And it's June 9th. And it's the first day. I just arrived last night. And I'm in an area of old growth forest that never gets logged. It's pretty cool. I'm in like a 300-year-old spruce tree. And I'm on a bait that has quite a few bears that have been hitting it regularly, including a couple of pretty nice ones. So I'm not really sure what to expect this first night, but it just feels really, really good to be in a tree. And the day has been kind of weird. It's been kind of hot and then cold and hot and then cold, and some rain squalls going through during the day. So I'm in my rain gear. It was a 4-mile ride in here on the four-wheeler, and it's a really pretty spot back in here. So I'm with a different outfitter this time on the north end of the Duck Mountains. If you've watched my videos and read my magazine articles and so forth for quite a few years, I've hunted every spring on the south end of the Duck Mountains with Grandview Outfitting and Baldy Mountain Outfitters. Had fantastic hunts, killed a lot of nice bears and color-phased bears, but this year I just decided for a try of a little different scenery. I'm hunting with Scott Smith of Canadian Wilderness Outfitters, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's just going to be a little different than the hunts I've been on in the Duck Mountains before, and I don't know, 60, 80 miles north of where I typically hunt. So we're just going to settle in here, and it's pretty unlikely that I'm going to shoot a bear on the first night. You never know. I mean, if absolute no doubter comes in, and I just yeah, I don't like to shoot a bear on the first night, but you know how it is. Sometimes it's like, it's not for sale, but how much? You know, that's kind of thing. It's like, so we'll see what happens here. Scott has got an interesting baiting strategy. He baits with cheese and they're Scotcheroos and Rice Krispie bars, and so he's got grain, oats of course. Then he's got grated cheese, barrel full of grated cheese at each bait, and then he's got a barrel full of these Scotcheroos. So he's got the sweets and he's got a good mix, and seems to be really productive for him. So we're going to see what happens here over the next few hours. It doesn't get dark. Shooting time ends tonight at about 10:32 or something like that. So it's a pretty long sit. It's cloudy right now, but it's intermittent sunshine. Thanks for being along, and we'll see what happens. Well, day 2 here in Manitoba. We had a pretty exciting day 1. I'll show you some of the footage of it and describe it to you a little bit. First of all, I just had a yearling bear cub basically come in about 6 o'clock, and he was around here for 3 hours, and he fed and climbed up and down the trees. He climbed up my tree here, was up to about 6 foot below me here for a while. He was just more curious than anything. And long afternoon with just that bear, and then at 10 o'clock things just broke loose. And first I had a pretty nice male coming from my right, and as soon as he got to the bait, I heard teeth clacking off to my left, and he took off. And then a sow followed by a really nice male came in from my left, and they worked their way around and ended up coming to the bait. The sow fed for a while. The boar, pretty nice boar. I mean, adult male that, you know, maybe tonight if he comes back, I might consider him a shooter. He just kind of circled around the bait, never even ate or anything like that, and then left. Well, I had a noise off to my left after I heard a bunch of crashing. I'm like, well, there must be a couple bears that are fighting out there or something, but all of a sudden it just comes running right towards me, the crashing, and here it's a big bull moose, and he's got a lot of antler for June 9th. And I just shut the camera off. I tried to get it on him. I don't know if I got any footage of him or not. If I did, I guess you're looking at it right now. But when we rolled in here this afternoon at 4 o'clock, there was a bear on the bait, and it appeared to be a big sow, and she trotted off a ways and didn't seem to be too scared. She actually waited till we were right on her with the four-wheeler before she left, and unfortunately I didn't get a chance to get the video camera on in time. But it's a lot different day than it was yesterday. Yesterday was rain squalls going through and it was cold. Today it's quite a bit warmer. I think it's got to be close to 70 degrees, but it's windy. When the wind settles down this evening, I just got a feeling that we're going to see some bears. Oh, I forgot to mention the big one. Yeah, there was a big one. I'm the last one to get picked up, so even though shooting time ends at like 10:32 or 10:35, I think it is, 10:32 last night it was, at 10 minutes to 11, I'm still sitting here in the stand. It's pretty dark, but I mean, I could clearly see a great big bear walk in, and he came up to the bait, and he was around the bait for a while, and I got some trail camera video of him feeding, and he was a very nice bear, definitely a shooter. He was around here for quite a while, and then I actually put the flashlight on him for a little bit just to try to get a good look at him. So that is the kind of bear that I'm here for, and if he comes in before the end of legal shooting light today, I'm going to take him home with me. So we hung a beaver, a chunk of a beaver anyway. We cut up a beaver with frozen beaver with a chainsaw, and tonight I'm really expecting to see some good bears. I just don't think it'll be early with this wind blowing like it is, but we'll see what happens. And I'm ready to shoot a bear, so tonight, if one of those big ones come in, I'm going to take them. I'm just going through these trail camera videos from the covert scouting camera that I had on this bait all night. And there's a really big bear with a sow here at 7:30 this morning. I think it's the big bear that I saw last night. There's quite a few bears, multiple bears, including one other pretty nice one, and then this big sucker. And he was here at 7:30 with that sow. There's a pretty good chance I think he'll come back tonight, so that's pretty encouraging. These covert scouting camera videos are just amazing. The quality of them, it's pretty cool. I'm just getting settled in here for another day in the Duck Mountains. It's a beautiful day here in about 60 degrees, so it's a little cooler than yesterday, but and the wind is down. It just feels like a really nice day to spend the afternoon in the woods. Yesterday was really interesting. I saw 6 different bears and almost shot one. In fact, I tried to shoot this big one that's got a big white blaze on its chest. I've got quite a few trail camera photos and videos of it. It comes in here, but it doesn't stay very long. It's a big adult male, really nice, just dandy bear. Yeah, he's the one I want. I guess that's the only way I can put it. So Scott was going to put me on a different bait today, and I asked him if I could come back in here and have another chance at that one. That's really what I'm after. So the way it happened, I saw 6 different bears, but the way this one happened, he came in and I zoomed in the camera and clipped my release on the string to get ready to shoot, and then he moved off the frame and he stopped, so I moved the camera on him and then got ready to shoot, and he moved again and stopped just briefly, and I was about to shoot him as soon as I got the camera on him again, and he walked, and he just left, and he actually was he actually gave me about a 35 yard shot through an opening right here, but of course the camera, I was between the camera and him. It's really nice to get a good zoomed in shot when you shoot a bear, because not just for the viewers, they like to see that, but it's just really nice to know exactly where the arrow hits them, if you don't find them right away or whatever. Unfortunately, that can sometimes cost you an opportunity, and that's what happened yesterday, is the fact that I was trying to film the bear cost me the chance to shoot him. But that's the price you pay to do what I'm doing here. So there are 2 other pretty nice bears. One's a real nice adult male who's been on this bait several times with a sow, and then there's a younger male, but a real nice one that third day he's a shooter, I guess that's the way to put it. So that's why I asked Scott to come back in here. I had multiple bears on trail camera throughout the night and the day, a lot of morning activity at this bait, and then it just really dies off until, I didn't see my first bear last night till 9:30, and I'm realistically, it's probably going to be the same tonight. But I'm really hoping that big one with the white blaze on his chest comes through here again. I'm going to probably take a little more wide shot of him with the camera so I don't have to keep moving it if he just rolls through and this is June, I think 11th, and so the rut is on. These bigger bears, they're looking for females if they're not with one already, and sometimes they just come rolling through these bait sites checking this ground scent and trying to find a female, and they don't stay very long. He didn't even eat. The one big boar. The big boar came through following a sow. Not the one with the white patch that I've been wanting to shoot, but another really big boar. They circled all the way around, and they're clear over here now. I can hear him chuffing and popping his jaws. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what happened? What happened? Well, it's been about a half an hour since I shot that bear, and So I've had time to, I guess, settle into that despair feeling that you get when you wound an animal and you know it's going to be really, really difficult to recover. And there's good news and bad news. The good news is that I saw him go out of sight about 100 yards away, and I could see the luminoc flashing, and he was really going up a hill, just really struggling. I mean, kind of stumbling, and so he was hurting bad, and then the arrow was really significantly impeding his ability to, to run. He really couldn't hardly run. He was just stumbling up that hill. Yeah, I don't know, at 20 yards to miss by 1.5 feet to the right, that almost feels like it has to be some kind of equipment failure. I've been jostling back in about 3-4 miles back in here, it'd be 5 trips, with my bow and a case strapped to the back of the four-wheeler, and I guess maybe I should have shot an arrow into the ground or something. I sometimes do that when I'm taking a bow over pretty rough country. But I don't know. Next time you see me, hopefully I'll be standing over a really big bear, and if not, I'll close this out in another way. Thanks for being along, and I feel like I should apologize to all my viewers for doing what I just did, but yeah, what do I say? Well, as you can see, we found the bear this morning. I honestly don't know what happened with the shot. I went out and shot my bow this morning, and I'm driving tacks with it, so I mean, it's just human error. But fortunately, the bear died fairly quickly. It's completely set up this morning, and it's been laying here a while. And surprisingly, the last I saw it going up a hill, that's where I was searching, and Scott, my outfitter, he decided to come down and check this swamp area down here, and obviously the bear had made a huge loop and come down in here and died in this swamp. So I guess that's a sign of a good outfitter that can find a bear even when it's the opposite direction that I thought that it would be. So just a couple more things about this hunt. This is the second biggest bear that I saw and had an opportunity to shoot, and this is a terrific bear, just an absolute giant. And everybody in camp this week had big bears on their bait, and we're the last group this year, so it's just pretty remarkable the quality of bears that they have in this area. I love the Duck Mountains, and here this time I'm on the north end of the Duck Mountains, and it's I'll just have to keep coming back because it's just, I've hunted bears all over the place, and it's just as good as it gets. And as you can see, this is just a terrific bear, and I'm very, very excited about it. And I really appreciate you being along on this hunt with me, and thanks for being a subscriber and following along. I really do value it. Leave a comment in the comment section below, and don't be too brutal on me for making such a bad shot, but I do like to hear your opinions. So thanks a lot for being a part of it.
All right, that was the bottom of the bag. Okay, we're good.
Wow, that's kind of low on his body, but you okay?
Yeah. Somebody got my sweater there?
Your pack horse.
Pack horse, that's what you hired me for.
Guys are awesome.